Have you ever wondered how challenges and crises can be transformed into surprising opportunities? What if I told you that the traditional job search isn't the only path to success? In a world where around 30% of the global workforce has already become independent and launching a business is faster and more accessible than ever, are you ready to change your approach? Discover how working for yourself and charging for results can be the key to truly making money, and how building a successful business takes time, but its value lies in future profits. We'll explore how executing ideas is essential and how the future is not predicted, but invented. Get ready to understand how to turn your defeats into victories and see crises as hidden opportunities. Join us and discover how these insights can revolutionize the way you think and act. The risk of relying only on a job. Think about it. You wake up every day, take the same route to work, do what you were hired to do, and at the end of the month, you get your paycheck. Everything seems to be under control, right? Now, imagine a different scenario. You arrive at work and receive the news that the company is cutting costs, and you're next on the list. What would you do? Sounds far-fetched? Well, this is happening to thousands of people every day. And what's even scarier is that jobs no longer offer the security they once did. If you still believe that depending on a job is the only way out, be careful. You might be walking into the unknown without realizing it. Jobs are disappearing. This is no longer a prediction, it's a reality. With advancing technology, automation taking over, and companies seeking to cut costs, more and more people are being left behind. And the worst part? Most of these people weren't even prepared. They believed that a steady job was the solution for life. But think about it. Is it really safe to rely on something you don't control? The job market is changing so fast that what worked 10 years ago might not work today. Many people devote themselves entirely to finding a job that often no longer exists or doesn't offer enough to guarantee a dignified life. Salaries are stagnant, while the cost of living keeps rising. And the truth is, for much of the population, a steady job is no longer enough to pay the bills, invest in the future, or ensure a comfortable retirement. Reality is knocking. Relying solely on a job is like drifting, with no control over your destiny. But there's light at the end of the tunnel, and that light comes from something many people are already realizing. Working for yourself, becoming an entrepreneur, finding alternatives to generate income. Today, almost 30% of the global workforce has understood that the future lies in controlling your own destiny, not waiting for someone to offer you an opportunity. Starting a business has never been more accessible. With the internet and available tools, launching something of your own is faster and cheaper than ever before. If in the past, entrepreneurship was for the few, today it's within reach of many. And do you know the secret? It's not about working more. It's about working differently. It's about selling results, not just your time. Because deep down, the ones who truly make money aren't those working for others. It's those who create, innovate, and take control of their own path. So, the question you should ask yourself is, am I prepared for the future? Because the future has already started, and it's not waiting for anyone. If you keep relying on a job, you might be facing a much greater risk than you realize. But if you decide to create something of your own, if you decide to turn your problems into opportunities, you will take the reins of your life. The future is not about looking for a job. It's about creating opportunities. The crisis may seem scary, but for those who see beyond, it's the perfect time to act. Those who turn adversity into opportunity get ahead. So, don't wait for things to change for you. Be the change. Because the real risk today is continuing to rely on something that could disappear at any moment. The choice is yours. Stay at the mercy of an unpredictable market or create your own path and secure the future you deserve. Enjoying the video? Give it a thumbs up and hit the like button. Your support helps us create more content to help you achieve financial success. The autonomous work revolution. Did you know that nearly 30% of the global workforce no longer depends on a traditional job? That's right. Millions of people around the world are working for themselves. And we're not talking about people with huge investments or years of experience. These are regular people, like you and me, who realize that the old work model no longer makes sense. And the most incredible part? It's never been quicker or cheaper to start your own business. We're living through a true revolution, and you can be part of it. A few years ago, the idea of starting a business seemed distant, reserved for those with lots of money, contacts, or an already established career. But the game has changed entirely. The internet has torn down these barriers. Today, with a good idea, an internet connection, and tools available to everyone, you can launch a business in days or even hours. Think about it. In the past, creating a business meant spending a fortune on rent, hiring employees, and physical production. Today, with just a computer and social media, you can reach people worldwide. Want an example? How many online stores, freelancers, and content creators do you know who are making a living from this? And here's the most interesting part. This isn't an exception. It's the new rule. We're talking about people who've realized the future of work is autonomy. They no longer wait for a job opening because they understand that the real power lies in creating their own opportunities. And here's the most important point: accessibility. It has never been cheaper to start a business. With lower investment, more tools, and global reach, the risk of entrepreneurship is lower, and the chances of success are greater than ever before. So, if almost a third of the global workforce is already in control of their own income, the question you need to ask yourself is, why am I still stuck in the old model? The job market is changing, and for those who adapt, the possibilities are endless. If you've always dreamed of working for yourself, having more freedom, and controlling your own destiny, now is the time. Don't wait for opportunities to knock on your door. Create them. The future no longer belongs to those who just seek jobs. It belongs to those who create their own path. It's never been easier, never been faster, and the best time to start is now. The key to making money: charging for results, not hours. Imagine this. You work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and at the end of the month, you receive the same paycheck. It doesn't matter if you worked harder, solved big problems, or went above and beyond. Your time is worth the same. Now, think differently. What if you didn't charge for your time, but for the results you deliver? That's the major difference between working for yourself and staying stuck in the old model. When you charge for results, your earning potential has no limits, and you start being rewarded for the value you truly create. The truth is simple. Those who work for themselves understand that time isn't the only measure of success. While the traditional market keeps paying for hours, entrepreneurs and freelancers have learned that the real value lies in the results you provide. Think about it. When you hire someone to solve a problem, do you want them to take hours and hours? Or do you want the problem solved as efficiently as possible? That's what sets apart those who work independently. They're not selling time, they're selling solutions. And this shift in mindset is the key to earning more money. While those in traditional jobs are limited by the number of hours they can sell, those who charge for results can exponentially increase their earnings. You can complete a project in less time and get paid for the value you delivered, not for how long it took. Moreover, charging for results gives you a freedom that many only dream of. You manage your time, set your goals, and the more value you create, the more you earn. There's no ceiling, no limits. Your effort directly translates into earnings. So, if you're tired of selling your time and feeling like you're getting nowhere, it might be time to change strategies. Working for yourself and charging for results is the path to financial independence and, most importantly, to being truly rewarded for the value you bring. Think about it. The world doesn't reward those who spend the most time, but those who create the most impact. If you really want to transform your financial life, start thinking in terms of results. That's where the real power lies. Have thoughts or questions about the video? Drop a comment below and let us know. We love hearing from you, and we'll do our best to respond to every comment. The true value of a business: future profits. Building a business is like planting a tree. At first, all you see is hard work, digging, watering, nurturing. But the fruits, those take time to appear. And that's the reality every entrepreneur faces. A successful business isn't built overnight. It takes time, effort, and in many cases, years before it starts generating profit. But here's the secret. The value of a business doesn't lie in what it makes today. It's in the profits it can generate in the future. And that's the big picture many fail to grasp. If you're starting or thinking about starting a business, there's one key thing you need to understand: patience. The market is full of examples of companies that took years to see their first profits. PayPal, one of the largest payment platforms in the world, went years without generating profit. Yet, its value continued to rise. Why? Because investors saw the potential future profits the company could generate. They knew that once the foundation was solid, the returns would come, and in a big way. When you create a business, you're playing the long game. In the beginning, you might not see immediate returns, and that can be frustrating. But it's important to remember that a company's value lies in its ability to generate profits over its lifetime. It's not about what it does in the first year, but what it will do in the next 5, 10, or 20 years. Patience is the key to building something solid, and this is where many entrepreneurs go wrong. They expect quick profits and give up when things don't happen as fast as they hoped. But the real game changers, those that make a lasting impact, understand that value lies in the future. You're building something to last, something that will continue to generate value for many years to come. So, if you're thinking about starting a business or you're already on that path, remember this: building a successful company takes time. Don't rush for immediate results. The true value of your business isn't in the profits it makes today, but in the potential it holds for tomorrow. Be patient, trust the process, and build something that will truly make a difference in the long run. The fruits will come, and when they do, they'll be worth every bit of dedication.
Enjoyed the video and want more tips on financial success? Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to stay updated with all our latest content. Don't miss out on our upcoming videos and keep progressing on your path to prosperity.
Transforming ideas into success. Action is key. Have you ever had a brilliant idea? One that made you think, this could change everything? Maybe you jotted it down in a notebook, typed it into your phone, or just daydreamed about it. But instead of taking action, you let that idea sit, waiting for the right moment. What if I told you that keeping your ideas locked away leaves them in limbo? Yes, ideas, no matter how brilliant, won't create results on their own. The true secret to turning an idea into success is action. Without action, ideas remain nothing more than dreams. Let's look at some real-world examples. Take Steve Jobs. When he returned to Apple in 1997, the company was struggling. Jobs had many ideas about how to reinvent technology and create revolutionary products. But he didn't just have those ideas, he acted on them. He made the decision to turn concepts into prototypes, test, refine, and launch. Products like the iPod and iPhone didn't come to life just from Jobs' brilliant vision, but from the relentless action of a team working to bring those ideas into reality. Another great example is Brian Chesky, the founder of Airbnb. At first, the concept of renting out an air mattress in someone's living room seemed simple, yet full of potential. Chesky and his team didn't just dream of success, they chased it. They faced countless challenges, tweaked their platform, and turned an initial concept into one of the world's largest hospitality startups. The difference between the idea and the success was action. When you have an idea, what truly matters is what you do with it. Execution is more than just starting. It's about persisting, adapting to changes, and overcoming obstacles. It's about making tough decisions, making necessary adjustments, and staying focused on turning that vision into a reality. The best ideas are worthless if they stay on paper. Action breathes life into them, creates impact, and drives results. So, if you have an idea, don't let it gather dust at the back of your mind. The only way to turn an idea into success is through action. Start now, even if it's with small steps. The road to success is paved with continuous action and persistent effort. Don't settle for dreaming, make it happen. Because in the end, action is what separates dreamers from achievers. And you? What's your next big step to turning your idea into reality? The future is not predicted, it's invented. Have you ever thought about how the future takes shape? Many of us spend our time waiting to see what will happen, as if the future is something that just unfolds by chance. But the truth is, the future isn't about predictions, it's about invention. Instead of passively waiting for opportunities, you have the power to create them. The future is shaped by the actions you take today, not by the forecast you make about what's to come. Let's dive into some examples of how great innovations and changes came from people who decided to invent the future rather than wait for it. Take Elon Musk, for instance. When Musk founded SpaceX, he wasn't just waiting for space technology to evolve on its own. He was actively creating the future of space exploration. With an audacious dream of making life multiplanetary, Musk faced enormous challenges and invested millions into developing reusable rocket technology. He didn't wait for NASA or other agencies to find a solution for space exploration. He took the initiative and made it happen. Now think about Netflix. When Netflix first emerged, the entertainment market was dominated by physical rental stores and TV channels. But instead of waiting for the industry to evolve, Netflix chose to create its own opportunity. They launched a streaming service that initially seemed like a risk. However, with a clear vision and a willingness to innovate, they transformed the way we consume media. Netflix wasn't just anticipating change, it was driving that change forward. These examples clearly show that the future is not something you observe from afar, waiting for it to unfold. It's something you have the power to shape with your actions and decisions. If you keep waiting for the perfect conditions or the right opportunity, you're missing out on creating the future you want. True innovation comes from those who see beyond the status quo and decide to build something new. something that didn't exist before. The key is having a clear vision of what you want to achieve, and instead of waiting for the circumstances to align, you adjust yourself to the circumstances and make things happen. It's action that turns the future of an idea into a concrete reality. So, don't wait for the future to simply appear. Be proactive and invent the future you want. Opportunities aren't sitting around waiting for you. They're created by those who have the courage to act. The future is not a predefined destination, but a continuous construction of our actions and choices. Take control of your own destiny, create the opportunities you desire, and become the architect of your own future. After all, the future is a blank canvas waiting to be filled with your vision. And how will you shape your future today? Crises and problems, disguised opportunities. Have you ever found yourself in the middle of a crisis and wondered if there's any advantage in that situation? It may seem hard to believe that something positive could come from a moment of difficulty. But what if I told you that crises and problems are actually opportunities in disguise? The secret to turning challenges into success is recognizing that these situations are starting points for new opportunities, not just insurmountable obstacles. Let's explore this with some examples that show how crises can open doors to new possibilities. Think of the 2008 financial crisis. The global economy collapsed, and many companies were on the brink of bankruptcy. However, it was in this challenging environment that innovations and new ideas emerged. Airbnb and Uber are great examples. Airbnb started when its founders noticed the difficulty people were having in finding affordable accommodation during the crisis. They created a platform that allowed people to rent out their homes or rooms, offering an economical alternative to hotels. Uber, on the other hand, revolutionized urban transportation by offering a more convenient and affordable way to get around, meeting the growing demand for alternative transportation solutions. Another example is the COVID-19 crisis, which affected almost every sector of the global economy. For many, it was a time of hardship and uncertainty, but for others, it was an opportunity to reinvent and adapt. Entrepreneurs who had previously operated physical stores quickly adapted their businesses to e-commerce, reaching customers in new and innovative ways. Restaurants that faced a significant drop in sales found new ways to serve their customers, such as home deliveries and pickup services. The pandemic forced many businesses to think outside the box and seek creative solutions to survive and thrive. These examples show that although crises may seem disastrous, they also provide fertile ground for new ideas and innovations. Seeing a crisis as a disguised opportunity can completely change your perspective and open new paths to success. Instead of focusing on the difficulties and limitations, ask yourself, what needs have arisen with this crisis? How can I use these needs as an opportunity to create something new? So, the next time you face a crisis or problem, remember that these challenges may be disguised opportunities for growth and innovation. View difficulties as stepping stones to new opportunities, and use them to explore new solutions and ideas. The real secret to success often lies in how you react and adapt to the challenges you face. Turn your problems into opportunities and build a better future from the difficulties that arise in your path. After all, how you view and react to crises may be the key to your next big success. And you? How will you turn your next crisis into an opportunity to shine? Transforming defeats into victories, the mindset that turns problems into gains. Have you ever stopped to think about how defeats can actually be a stepping stone to success? The feeling of failure can be overwhelming and discouraging. But what if I told you that every defeat has the potential to turn into a major victory? True transformation happens when you develop a mindset where problems become opportunities, and every loss hides a gain. It's this mentality that can turn your greatest frustrations into your biggest triumphs. Let's dive into some stories of people who truly mastered the art of transforming defeats into victories. We begin with the story of Thomas Edison. Edison is famously known for failing over 1,000 times before inventing the electric light bulb. Each of these failures wasn't an end, but a necessary step toward success. Edison didn't see his failures as obstacles, but as learning opportunities. He understood that every failed attempt brought him closer to discovering the right solution. His famous quote, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work," perfectly illustrates this mindset. Edison turned his defeats into valuable experiences that ultimately led him to monumental success. Another inspiring example is the journey of J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter. Before achieving global success, Rowling faced a series of rejections from publishers and battled personal challenges, including financial struggles and the loss of her mother. In those difficult moments, many would have given up, but Rowling used her hardships as fuel to persist. She believed so strongly in her story that she kept writing despite the obstacles. What seemed like an endless string of personal and professional defeats ultimately turned into one of the biggest literary franchises in history. Rowling transformed her adversities into a source of strength and inspiration, proving that difficulties can be springboards to extraordinary achievements. These examples show that how you approach and respond to defeats can make all the difference. Instead of seeing defeat as a definitive end, try to understand what it can teach you. Every mistake and failure is an opportunity to adjust your approach, improve your skills, and refine your strategies. True resilience and success come from the ability to turn challenges into growth opportunities. By adopting a mindset that sees problems as opportunities for learning and growth, you prepare yourself to face and overcome obstacles more effectively. The key is to stay focused on the potential each difficulty brings and use those experiences to strengthen and advance yourself. So, the next time you face a defeat or a problem, remember that every challenge is a disguised opportunity. By adopting a mindset that looks beyond the difficulties and seeks the hidden value in each situation, you can turn your defeats into meaningful victories. Don't let obstacles define your path. Use them as stepping stones to achieve your greatest accomplishments. After all, true strength and success come from seeing problems as opportunities and transforming your experiences into triumphs. And you? How will you turn your next defeats into chances to shine even brighter?